Hi friends, welcome. This is Amiee Boswinkle representing Connections Restored TV, an affiliate of the Bill and Callie Show Network. I am so excited to share episode 7 today with all of you friends. Episode 7 is going to be the 5 steps to infinite health, and how I arrived here is such a story. So in order for me to educate you today on the 5 steps and what they are and how I uncovered them, I have to take you back in my timeline when I was 29 years old to a very dark space in my life. I once suffered from alcoholism, drug addiction, and binge eating disorder. And at 29 years old, I was driving my car, something that I am not proud of, but I was doing it. And I crashed my car into a telephone pole, and the airbag deployed. I lost consciousness. And when I woke up, there was a crowd of people standing around me. And all I knew, there were a million thoughts going through my head, is that I did not want to go to jail because this was my 3rd DUI. And with this DUI, I had been told there was a stiff penalty of possibly going to jail and losing my license for the rest of my life. So these thoughts in my head were, get out of the car and run. These were my thoughts at that time. So what I did is I opened the car door and I made a beeline as fast as I thought I was in that drunkenness. And the group of people that were standing there kind of created a net around me and caught me and were like, are you okay? I mean, they were genuinely concerned for my safety because the airbag had deployed and I had blood coming off of my forehead and my nose, and they were asking me if I'm okay because I was unconscious and they couldn't get in the car. And I was like, I'm fine. And I tried to run, and I just wanted to get away. I wanted to go run and hide, but I was caught. So I ran back into my car and I locked the doors, and the people were trying to get in. They thought I was in shock. They said, just stay in your car, you're in shock. I mean, they were genuinely concerned for me, and what they didn't know is I have to find a way out. I can't go to jail. These are my thoughts in my head. I can't go to jail. And they said, don't worry, we've called the police. The police are coming. And I just sat there. I didn't know what else to do. And the policeman arrived, and he arrested me, and he put me in the back of the police car, and I was real tiny and real flexible then, and I shimmied, the handcuffs. I was flexible, and I got them to go underneath of my leg to where they were in front of me. And it was, I believe it was July or August. It was very hot. There was no air conditioning in the police car. He had his window rolled down about 3/4 of the way, and I got myself and I shimmied myself up on the side of the window. And all I knew is that I wanted to die. I did not want to go to jail. So I sat on the side of the window as the police car was moving, and I somersaulted myself out of the car backwards, hoping that I was going to die. And as I'm somersaulting down the pavement, the policeman obviously was very concerned and stopped the car and got out and was yelling at me because he was very concerned for my life and what had just occurred, and I'm sure it completely and totally shocked him. We got to the police station. An ambulance was called because I was threatening suicide, something that was very common for me back then. I attempted suicide multiple times in my life at that moment in my timeline. And the ambulance came, and I was taken away to the psychiatric ward for stability. And then I was released. And my parents, out of the kindness of their heart, allowed me back into their home. Now, at this moment in time, friends, I want to remind you, I had no car. I just crashed it. I lost my job because I had to tell my employer what had happened. So I was fired, rightfully so. I had nothing. I had no money. I had nothing. And at 29 years old, I did not want to go back and live with my parents, but that was the only choice that I had, because everyone who had any sense of stability in their life had turned their back on me at that point. So I went back and lived at home under the condition that I had to have a job, that my parents were not willing to drive me anywhere. So luckily, 3 blocks away from their home was a Whole Foods store that I applied at, and I got a job. And it was here, friends, that my entire life, the trajectory of my entire life changed for the better. I studied the human body nonstop: biology, chemistry, physiology, anatomy, naturopathy, energy healing, energy medicine, you name it, any type of alternative therapy I studied. Because up until this point, I had tried to no avail for me personally. And all I can do, friends, is share my story of experience, strength, and hope. And that I do believe in choice. And I do know that conventional approaches work for many people, but it didn't personally work for me. I had tried AA, I had tried NA, I had tried inpatient and outpatient rehabilitation for alcohol and drugs. I had tried therapy, I had tried prescription medication. I was labeled with borderline personality disorder. I was labeled as psychotic. I was labeled as high anxiety. I was labeled as major depression. I was told I was never going to recover. And I tried all those things, and I kept feeling worse. And I tried with my whole heart, and I tried for years and years, and those things just didn't work. So by studying those alternative approaches and understanding how the human body worked, is what evolutionized myself. I started to understand my body in a way that I never understood before. I started to connect the dots in ways that I had never been taught. I started to understand how detoxification was so important, how water was so important. I started to understand that we had these living organisms inside of us called candida, which I'm going to get to in a moment. How it created havoc in our body, not just in a digestive sense, but in a systemic sense. And that it started with step 1 of the 5 steps to infinite health, and that was to watch our sugar and carbs. And alcohol, most alcohol, not all, there are low-carb alcohol, but alcohol is generally high in carbs, and carbs turn to sugar in the body. And that when we're taking in too much sugar into our body, it's alerting our pancreas, and the pancreas is emitting a hormone called insulin in the body to bring down the sugar level. Because too much sugar to the body is like a siren going off. It's like an ambulance siren going off in our head. It's like danger, danger, danger. This isn't good. This isn't healthy. Something bad is going to happen. So the pancreas emits insulin. And you know what, friends? The human body, it's just so amazing. We don't even have to think about it until something goes wrong. That is how amazing and miraculous our human body is. And that's why most people can just stand by until their middle age or their older ages and not understand or have any physical symptoms of illness going on, because what lies beneath, we don't have to think about breathing. Unless we want to, we can choose to breathe, but we don't have to think about it. We don't have to tell our body to digest food. We don't have to tell our heart to pump. We don't have to tell our blood to circulate. It's amazing, this miraculous body that we have. But that as we're intaking too much sugar and carbs, it doesn't necessarily have to be in the form of alcohol. It can be candy, potato chips, anything. Potatoes. All those things, it turns to sugar in the body. So if we think about how much we are actually intaking of sugar and carbs, and how much stress we're putting that pancreas under, and how much insulin we're emitting into the body, and the signals that it's telling the brain, and the brain going, oh my gosh, Amiee, you're about to die again. Let me help you, because the body's job is to keep us alive. It's so amazing. It's just so miraculous and so amazing. Which leads to step 2, to the 5 steps of infinite health. Because as we're intaking all the carbs and sugar, there's a living organism, a type of fungus that lives naturally in our intestines called candida. And whenever it's in harmony, it's very small. But when we're intaking too many carbs and sugar, the candida actually starts to grow, and it feeds, because it's a living organism just like us. It wants to live. It has to have food, and it feeds off of sugar. And the more sugar it eats, the bigger it becomes. the more of a monster it creates. And it starts to populate and grow in our intestines, which leads us to step 3, which is now the inflammation markers in our body are turned on. And when the inflammation markers are turned on in our body, it actually activates the coding in our DNA to whatever's in our whatever's in our ancestry. Meaning, if you are predisposed in your familial history to blood pressure issues, heart disease, cancer, right? Then the inflammation is going to turn on and activate whatever your particular DNA strands are for disease. And that a lot of times, at least the conversations I had with people, those 12 and a half years I worked at that health food stores, that a lot of people believe that inflammation only occurs because of arthritis, right? Creaky bones. Whenever we're moving, we feel like it hurts. Whenever we bang our hand on something, whenever we're just being a little mindless and we hit it against something, and we get a bruise, that's inflammation. But there are actually hidden inflammation markers in our body. Like whenever we have plaque, too much plaque in our arteries, and it's creating constriction in our blood vessels. That's a type of inflammation. Whenever we are eating food and our digestive system feels a bit off, maybe we have pains in our stomach, or we're experiencing bloating or gas or something of that nature, that's a type of inflammation. Right? So there are hidden signs of inflammation in the body, and the hidden inflammation is actually more dangerous than the known types of inflammation, because hidden inflammation means we don't know it's happening. And remember, friends, the human body is miraculous. And we don't even have to think about it until something goes wrong. But we don't want it to get to that point. That's why this conversation is so powerful to have, which leads us to step 4 in the process. Now that the inflammation is occurring, those DNA markers are turned on, we're experiencing digestive distress. Right? And part of our digestive system is our intestines. So remember step 2, the candida, which is now overgrown, and maybe we're intaking food and our body can't process it, it can't break down the particles into small enough pieces for the intestines to break down and get the nutrients properly. And so now we have whole particles of food in our body. And so what happens, we have excess candida, we have bigger food particles, and the intestines are like a rubber band. They stretch. And when they stretch too much, it becomes porous and thin. And so what happens is that candida now comes out of the digestive system and it goes into the bloodstream. So now we have systemic candida going on in our body. And now some real havoc starts to occur. It can increase disease states, meaning whatever our ancestral history is for disease. Now the inflammation markers are turned on, and that candida has a pathway into the circulatory system. It's going to accelerate disease, which leads us to step 5, and that's adrenal fatigue. And this is actually where the vicious cycle is created, because it's actually not just steps. This is actually a vicious cycle. So what is adrenal fatigue? Adrenal fatigue happens whenever the adrenal glands are too stressed out. Why do the adrenal glands get too stressed out? Because we're dealing with stress in this world. We all have stress. We may not be able to financially pay our bills right now. With the pandemic, maybe some of us lost our jobs, maybe some of us were ill, maybe we had family members that were ill, maybe we had our job, but we had family members who lost their job, who are scared because they can't pay their bills and put food on the table. Those are major stressors. Being caught in traffic, being cut off in traffic, that's a stressor. Having an argument with someone that we love and care about, that's a stressor, because the human body, friends, it only understands life or death. That's what the central nervous system does. In the body, it just understands life or death. It just knows that things don't feel good. It's our logical brain that makes sense of stressors. This is a minor stressor, this is a major stressor. But to the body, there's no such thing as a minor or a major stressor. There's just stress. And because the human body is so miraculous and its job is to keep us alive without us even thinking about it until something goes wrong. Those stress signals go up our central nervous system to our brain, and our brain says, high alert, Amy, you're about to die. And so it sends the signal back down the spine to the adrenal glands, and the adrenal glands emit adrenaline and cortisol into the body so that we don't have a heart attack to keep us alive. And we don't even have to think about it until something goes wrong, right, friends? I want to continue to educate you guys about this because it is so important to understand what is going on inside of our bodies. It starts here actually with adrenal fatigue. Why did I say it last? Because there had to be a process to get you down to the space. Stress. Think about that. Whenever we're stressed, do we make the best food choices, friends? What might we gravitate to when we're stressed out? Well, is it going to be comfort? Might it be more alcohol? Because alcohol has a calming factor to it. Might it be more cake and ice cream and brownies and cookies? Might it be for you mac and cheese or potatoes or fried foods? All those things are good. I'm not saying to not have them anymore, but everything in moderation. And to understand the key to what gives you fuel versus what takes your fuel away. Because I know that those types of foods don't fuel my body in the way that I desire for it to. Although I do like those foods, I eat for fuel rather than comfort these days. Because my health is my utmost importance to me. And I imagine that your health is the utmost importance to you, right, friends? And the more adrenaline, and the more cortisol we emit into our body, the greater that cycle continues. Sugar and carbs with candida overgrowth, which leads to that inflammation marker being kept turned on in our body, creating more digestive distress. Depending on the research, you read 70 to 80% of the immune system's in the intestines. There's a connection between the brain and the gut. They say the gut is the second brain, depending on what research and what books and what leaders you follow in this industry. The doctors that are integrative and studying the mind-body connection. And there is something that we can do, friends, that can help to calm down that central nervous system response, those stress responses that we have in our body, and we all have them. And that is to connect to breathing. You might be saying, is it that simple, Amy? It's just about connecting to breathing. It is. There are some other things. We might want to change our diet and drink more water and exercise and journal and connect to nature and maybe take some supplements and go to the doctor and we want to take care of all those things too. But in the moment of stress, something that I connect my clients to, which is a 5-5-7 breath, which we talked about in episode 1 of Connections Restored TV, but it warrants bringing up again here in episode 7. Because if there's anything I've learned working with people and my clients is that repetition is key. Repetition keeps us remembering the steps that are important. And what is that 5-5-7 breath? It's just a deep 5-second inhale. And as we're inhaling, what's happening is we're bringing more oxygen into our body. As we're bringing in more oxygen into our body, it creates more clarity, right? Oxygen actually allows our brain to think better. Oxygen is life, friends. Then we do a 5-second hold at the top. You just hold the breath for 5 seconds. What's that pause for? It just allows for more oxygen to saturate into the blood cells. It gives us a pause. It allows the brain, all of the beta brainwave activity going on to just kind of calm down for a moment. And as we do that 7-second exhale, I imagine it goes down the spine, right? And it tells the adrenal glands that it doesn't have to emit so much cortisol and adrenaline into the body. It still our body, the adrenal glands are still going to emit cortisol and adrenaline into the body here, friends, but it's going to calm down the amount, which is super important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through one round of the 5-5-7 breath just so you can have an idea of what this is like, friends. And what I encourage you to do on your own is when you catch yourself stressing too much, thinking too much about all of the problems going on, or the busyness of our day, or the financial place that we're in, or whatever it is that you are going through. Take yourself through 3 to 5 rounds of this breath. I'm just going to take you through one round just so you get an idea of what this is about. So what I'd like for you to do is just, if you're sitting, go ahead and put both feet flat on the floor. As straight as a spine as you can get that feels comfortable. If you'd like to lay down, you can. Make sure you're safe. Make sure you're not driving, please. So important to say that. And go ahead and exhale all the air out of your lungs. And I want you to go ahead and inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold that breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and exhale now. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now what I hope is that you go ahead and continue 2 more rounds of that on your own. Or at least connect to, if you feel a sense of calm, more calm than you were just a moment ago. You can utilize this breath, friends, anytime you desire. Nobody even has to know you're doing it. You don't have to count out loud. You can just quietly in your mind count to the 5, hold the 5 seconds at the top, and then do the 7-second exhale. Because what we hope to accomplish, friends, is to give our body a break. We do have this power, if we remember, to just connect to that deep breath. Calm down the adrenal glands' response. Because if there's anything that I've learned in my own journey to health, friends, is that the more assistance we can give to our body and allow for it to create a healing sanctuary within us, the greater the benefit to our human body, so that we can go out into the world and be the best version of ourselves as we can possibly be. And who doesn't want to be the best version of themselves that they can possibly be? And that I know that this has serviced me so much that I have created a course solely around those 5 steps where I go further and deeper into it, connecting it to the chakras in the body. And each chakra is an energy center, and each chakra is connected to an endocrine system function, and an endocrine system function is our hormones. And that this is a huge key, and it definitely connects to stress and the feelings that we have when we're in those stressful spaces. And that it has been life-changing for me. Just to give you a sense of where I was at age 29. I was diagnosed with extensive liver damage and told I was going to die. I had a face full of cystic acne. I was overweight. I could barely stay awake. I could barely move to the space that I'm in today. Feeling my best self. Feeling vibrant and alive in a way that I have never felt before. And that it is my heart's truest desire to continue to share this experience, strength, and hope with others who may be out there. And to remind you, friends, that the power of choice is so incredibly powerful. That we get a choice to remember to connect to 5-5-7 breathing. Or we can connect to the choice of forgetting and living in that cycle. I'm so incredibly grateful, friends, that I have been given this opportunity from the Bill and Callie Show Network to be connected to all of you. They are some of the most amazing people, and many of you do know them personally just the same as I. Don't you guys just love their heart and the service that they provide to the community? If you wouldn't mind giving their page a like and a follow, they absolutely go out of their way to find some of the most amazing people in the community to share with us, to share experience, strength, and hope. And that their mission is impact, to create a better place on this planet where people can connect and find resources and feel like they are not alone. And it just makes my heart feel so incredibly happy to be connected to the Bill and Callie Show Network. And if that you gain value from our talk today, friends, please like and follow my page, Connections Restored, here on Facebook. It would mean so much to me. And if you feel that any of this information shared today may be helpful or useful to a family member or friend, please feel free to share this video, because just the same as the Bill and Callie Show Network mission is to create impact on this planet, it is my heart's mission to do the same. And that if you found this valuable, it would just mean so much to be able to share this in a bigger way. Because I know how life-changing this was for me. There's a version of me out there who shouldn't be alive, but she is. She's sitting right here today, talking, sharing her experience, strength, hope, and wisdom with all of you. So I want to thank you, friends, for all of your time today. I have thoroughly enjoyed spending this time with all of you, and I know how valuable all of your time is. And I want to let all of you out there in the audience who feel like you're lost, you're in the dark, you're stuck in a black bag, you don't know what's next. You feel like nobody's out there who understands you. I want to let you know that there actually is a person out in the world who cares. And has empathy, great amounts of empathy and compassion for whatever you feel your struggle is. Darkness is a space that I know well, but I also have traveled to the other side and have become a great light. And I want to let you know, friend, that no matter what it is you are walking through, I love you. Even though we have never met, I love you. You are worthy. You are valuable, and you are needed. Please feel free if you feel so stuck and you need someone to talk to reach out to me. I am happy to provide assistance and walk you through the dark space that you feel that you're in. Thank you so much again for your time today, friends. It is such an honor and a privilege to be here with each and every one of you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And I'm so excited to connect with each and every one of you again next week on Connections Restored TV, an affiliate of the Bill and Callie Show Network.
This episode of The Bill and Callie Show is brought to you by... For over 28 years, Creative Carpet and Flooring has provided not only one of the largest selections of carpet and flooring in the area, but also customer service that exceeds expectations. Featuring leading brands like Mohawk, Stanton, and Shaw, their friendly and knowledgeable staff is there to help you choose the products that are right for you and are available to help answer any questions along the way. Once you become a client, you'll get newsletters recognizing new customers, offering contests, sales, and special thank you incentives for referrals. Creative Carpet and Flooring, with locations in Mokina, Illinois and Highland, Indiana. A family-owned business providing great products and service to families like yours.